A return to Taradale for last year's finalists. The Hawks out to avenge their loss to the reigning champs. It's the high-flying Casey Frank and the Stars taking on the Hawks.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. The team have been hungry for the season to start, and particularly this game against Auckland. I mean, they're a great team, got some great talent. It's going to be an awesome game tonight. For us in particular, it's all about getting better every time we train, every time we hit the floor, every time we play, and no better way to play against the top of the table, Auckland Stars.
Yeah, we're used to being at the top of the table. We've won the last 2 championships, and we plan on staying there. Tonight's a game between us and Hawke's Bay, the 2 teams at the top of the table this year, and we plan on proving that we're the ones that belong there.
It's the Pettigrew Green Arena, the top dogs in this year's NBL fight it out. The Auckland Stars on the road taking on the Bayhawks. Kia ora and welcome along to the home of hoops right here on TV2. I'm Chris Tupu, and after 8 rounds of competition in the NBL, we have the top 2 teams so far, the Hawks going up against the Stars in what is a rematch of last year's grand final. Leading the way once again for his Auckland Stars team is the reigning MVP, point guard Lindsay Tate. He's having another stellar year. 21 points a game and just under 4 assists to lead his team from the front. So heading into today's game, here's a look at the table, and we can see the Stars just with 1 loss on the road, and that was against Nelson, and the Bayhawks losing at home to the Jets. Head-to-head last year, well, the semi-final was a winning game for the Hawks by 11, and in the final, of course, the Stars took it out in a thriller. Well, Jeff Green, what a matchup we've got today. A repeat of last year's grand final. The Stars on the road taking on this Hawks side, and this Hawks side, Sean Dennis and his organisation have probably recruited, the hardest out of any teams. Have they got enough firepower to overcome the champs?
I don't know if they've got enough firepower, because the critical thing for the Hawks is going to be at the point guard position. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Paulie Hinata, he's applying his trade in Turkey at the moment, so that's going to be difficult. But they have made some good acquisitions in the forward lineup. Arthur Trusdale's here, Callum Baines is having an outstanding season. Of course, don't forget the import. They stole the import from the Stars, the champion Stars last year, and he's doing a great job, Kareem Johnson.
Well, Kareem Johnson, definitely the big fella has, changed uniforms without any problem at all. Meanwhile, the Stars and Kenny Stone, one of only 4 teams not to send their imports home, but he's had the luxury of building his team really around the strength of his Kiwi players, Jeff. Yeah,
definitely Kiwi players. You've got your Dylan Bouchers, you've got your Lindsay Tate, but the 2 critical people that I think he's brought in are guys like Daryl Cartwright. Has been an absolute great, he's been an Auckland fan for a long time. He left and then now come back, so that's good. And of course, he's got ex-Tall Black Juddy Flavel running the point behind Lindsay Tate. He can score, so they've done a great job. And Kenny's got the luxury of not having to export his 2 imports, because they aren't the greatest imports in this league at the moment, but they're a very good team.
Well, some interesting points there from Jeff Green. And Bob Montai, another interesting fact today, Kareem Johnson gets to go up against his old teammates.
Well, good point, Chris. Yes, in some people's minds, 204-centimeter tall Johnson is a key for the Hawks tonight. If he plays well against his 2005 teammates, the Hawks could soar, especially with assistance from starters like Pauda Winatana, Mastrovic, point guard Aiden Daly, and import Field Williams. And for the Stars, Coach Ken Stone continues to get maximum mileage out of his starters like Boucher, Tate, Captain Casey Frank, and imports Nugget and Gillespie. And on the bench, players will again be an important factor of the game. And for the Stars, they'll be getting more points off the bench from players like Cassidy, Flavel, and Daryl Cartwright. The Hawks, too, have a productive bench with solid performers like Baines, Walker, Trusdale, and Bartlett. Any way you look at it, we have 2 evenly matched teams, so just sit back and enjoy the game.
It's game time right here on TV2.
Well, Jeff, it's all happening here at the Pettigrew Green Arena. We've got the haka being ready, and pretty soon we'll be underway with all the action.
Well, it's going to be a great game tonight, Bob, I've got to say, because of the fact that both of these teams were in the final last year, and wasn't that a great final? A couple of players changed here and there, and you know, both teams are doing a great job.
And the referees tonight in the middle, Ape, and on your right, Shane Nikora. On the left, Gavin Pugh. 3 referees controlling this game, and it's a top-of-the-table clash. Remember, it's a repeat of last year's final, in which the Auckland Stars defeated the Hawks on this court by 1 point. A heartbreaker for the Hawks. Can they reverse it in 2006? Mind you, this isn't the final. It's the first time these 2 teams have met this year.
But the key for this game, though, Bob, is this is the first time they've met in the regular season, and the key is one of them's got to lose and one of them's got to win, and that's going to be very interesting for later on in the season. Yeah, I think this is just great. Whoever wins this is going to have a bit of confidence going into the second game and possibly into the final series.
Okay, sit back and enjoy this. Start to the game here. Packed house. Chris Tupu, great atmosphere here.
Well, it always is an excellent atmosphere at the Pettigrew Green Arena here in Taradale. The Hawks fans, they're out in force. You know, they've got long memories. They can remember that game, what was it, about 8 months ago, that the Hawks went down to the Stars in the grand finale, and you know they're going to be loud today, and they're going to be worth at least 10 points for Sean Dennis and his Hawks team.
Well, by my calculation, I think the Hawks are going to win by 3. Put that extra 10 points on. We're looking at a 13-point easy canter here, Jeff Green.
Well, I don't know whether I'm going to say that much about the Hawks winning the game. I've seen Auckland play a couple of times this year, Bob, and they have really started to hit their straps in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And that's dangerous for the rest of the league, because they started off slowly, and that's understandable because they had a lot of their Tall Blacks away at the Commonwealth Games and didn't have a lot of rhythm, but they really have found their form. I really am starting to think that Auckland looking good for a 3-peat, but I didn't say that.
Well, okay, much the same could be said of the Hawks. With the loss, the early loss of Paulie Hanare, they've actually settled into quite a good combination. They took up the slack. Aiden Daly's become quite a competent point guard. They're looking quite settled. We've just got a classic matchup here. 2 of the best teams in the league going head-to-head, toe-to-toe, and here we go. Gillespie from the corner, left-hander, he nets it. Nice shooting, Chris.
Well, Brock Gillespie hasn't done a hell of a lot this season, but he's been steady. And to be honest, you know, they've got players like Lindsay Tate that are filling it up. He's leading the scoring for the Stars side. So imports like Gillespie don't have to come out and try and do everything. Field Williams misses his first attempt for the Hawks.
Hawks come away with an offensive board, so they get that second shot. Williams had the identical 3-point attempt. He missed it, whereas Gillespie made his first, and Johnson misses, but hey, Mastrovich down the lane and gets the putback.
Well, that's where Adrian Mastrovich, he is dangerous, isn't he? He's got size on him, so he can get in amongst the big boys.
He's the leading rebounder for this Hawks side, just a shade under 8 rebounds a game. Adrian Mastrovich.
Very solid defender, and Tate is pushed, loses the ball out of bounds. Inside it goes to Boucher, protects it, gets the shot up. Nice pass inside.
Nice execution there of the inbounds play. Quick touch pass coming from Casey Frank.
Yeah, Frank is just growing in stature. His game is maturing, I think, this year especially. He's looking for big things in the Tall Black camp this year. Mastrovich, that left-handed shot, can't knock it down, and Nygut over the back of Winatana knocks the ball out of bounds. Nygut is a big unit, Jeff.
Oh, he's definitely a big unit, Bob. There's no 2 ways about it. He's a wide body, as they say in basketball terms. And here you go, Casey Frank, the first action play of the game, and he finishes with an easy baseline one-handed jam.
Daly takes it the length of the court, gives it to Williams. Good play, good feeding, heads-up basketball. I like it.
Well, it's what we've come to expect from these two teams. Good team play at both ends.
Boucher against Field in the corner, forced out of bounds. Whoa. Double team, couple of fouls. Boucher.
Interesting matchup there, Bob. Field-Williams matching up against Dylan Boucher.
Hawks in his own. Frank. Missed shot. Daly with the ball. Wants to take it up fast. Has a ball knocked out of his hands by Boucher, who gets it back from Gillespie, but the pass, once again, a bounce pass right at his ankles. Not a good option.
The problem that Aiden Daly's got is he's got someone like Dylan Boucher sneaking up behind him, and he'll pick the pocket of anyone, Dylan, if you're not being wary of that.
Well, give Daly one step and he'll be out of harm's reach, but that time Boucher able to get his hands on the ball. Williams, double team, double block. Tate, I think, is going to pick up the foul.
Well, take your pick. No, they've given it to Dylan Boucher. 2-4. There's the signal. Here we go.
Well, as Jeff says, take your pick.
Well, I meant take your pick whether it was Lindsay or Dylan. I didn't say take your pick. I didn't believe that was a foul.
That's exactly what it's referring to. Who do you put it against? Williams from the free throw line makes it. 2-point lead, Stars. One shot. They love their basketball in the Bay. Pettigrew Arena in Taradale is full. 1-point ball game. Winnetana putting the pressure on Tate. Into the corner it goes. Gillespie, the left-hander who made the first three, counters with another one.
Well, I talked to Valence Taratana before the game and asked him about Brock Gillespie, and he says, man, he's just starting to heat up in the last few games. So he hits his first two trays.
He's heated up because his coach, Kenny Stone, publicly said that he could have sent him home. And, you know, he's come out to play. So all credit to Brock Gillespie and his own self that he's
wasn't
managed
an empty
to do
seat on any plane leaving. So he had to stay.
I'm sure there's been a few nervous imports around the league with the number that have been sent home this year. Quite incredible.
Well, as Jeff said in the pregame, it's sort of like exporting imports. Nygaard knocks down a 12-footer. Nice shot for the big man. 12-6, Stars in control here early on. The Hawks haven't gotten on track offensively. Williams against Tate. Can't do anything with it. And Kareem Johnson, I think he's going to have to play a key role here. And he throws the ball away, and Gillespie's going to get an easy 2.
8 points now for Brock Gillespie early on. That's enough for a Sean Dennis timeout.
Timeout taken. 6:40 to play in the first period. 14-6 the Stars over the Hawks already.
What was it? Power. Power. Well, I remember when we stopped, we got a dribble handoff with a counter. That's what we're supposed to be doing. In this group, yeah. So, in this group, you are?
Well, a good timeout called by Sean Dennis. He's got to change the tempo of the game. His players have already given up an 8-point lead, so he's got to do something early, Chris Tupu. So the timeout, there was a reason for it.
Well, he has, and he's talked about game plan. You know, in the program, today's program, he's talked about sticking to the game plan as being one of the keys for his team. And the Hawks there, he said, you know, what were they running? They didn't seem to know, so they have to stick to the game plan, especially if they're going to be successful against the Stars team.
Lindsay Tate marking Field-Williams. Williams, a great 3-point shooter. Hasn't been free enough to get one yet. Johnson with that jump hook shot doesn't go down, and both of the Stars centers contesting the basketball, Casey Frank and Nygaard.
Well, Nygaard's such a wide unit, and Casey Frank has got such athleticism. It's going to be a long, long night for the Hawks big men if they don't get some ascendancy early.
Well, just the smallest of gaps there for Lindsay Tate, and he puts the hammer down and goes straight to the rack.
Second personal. Into the game,
Well, Phil Williams, what's that? That's a second foul.
Yep.
He buys himself a trip to the bench. And that's a tough assignment, guarding Lindsay Tate.
Well, young Bartlett, number 5, Edward Bartlett into the game. Mark Boucher. Boucher's shot is blocked. Spiked.
Well, Kareem Johnson says hello to his, teammates last year, not this year.
Well, here we go. Dylan Boucher found a big hole in the Hawks defense. So he thought until Kareem Johnson came across.
2 meters, .04. Kareem Johnson. Gillespie, that little left-hander, just puts it on the iron and drops
nice.
it.
That was pretty, Toops. That really was.
Well, it was nice body control and a soft touch. Anytime you drive the lane like that as a guard, you want to put a soft touch on the shot so as a chance for the big fellas to rebound.
Bartlett calling for the pick. He gets it, dribbles inside, gets into trouble, nowhere to go. Unfortunately for him, Frank touched the ball, so he didn't
5
take
on the
steps.
shot clock. They're going to get it up.
Bartlett's got it.
Well, that was clutch shooting. That was a fortunate basket by the Hawks, but Everard Bartlett was able to nail it. 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Bartlett up, marking Nygaard. Switching players. Now he's back on to Boucher, and Frank goes inside to Boucher. Backing in. Kicks it out. Tate. Little head fake and into the lane. Kareem with the ball, and away go the Hawks.
They got numbers. Nice finish.
Great pass by Holder, Willie Turner inside. And Masovitz,
Went down
he looked like he hurt himself, but he's okay.
You
look at this.
Watch the look on his face as he goes down. I think he got cracked in the knee.
Nygaard just hammered him, and he grimaced with pain there.
Yep.
He's a tough lad.
He'll try to cover it up. He doesn't want to let them know that he was hurt.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is let the opposition know you've got a little bit of an injury.
It's been a steady year for Adrian. AJ, they call him.
And immediately Mastrovic is subbed off, and in comes Callum Baines, and here's a young man who's played oh so well for the Hawks this year.
And of course Arthur Trusdale, fresh back from the US, the last time we had the TV game, so he's getting minutes as well.
And Gillespie hurried into a miss from beyond the three-point arc. The Hawks have the possession at 16-11. They get back into the game here. Daly takes it inside, goes underneath Nygaard and drives the fall.
Well, it was a great challenge on the power forward for the Auckland Stars. Went right at the centre.
Well, here you see it. Look at this. Great move by Aiden Daly. He goes to that lane. He goes to the basket hard. And the big fella fouled him. He didn't need to foul him, but he did. And of course, Nygaard's now bought himself a trip to the bench on 2 fouls. Aiden Daly at the free throw line.
Well, Daly's just so quick. It looked a little bit like the mouse running around the elephant's feet. And Nygaard just couldn't stamp on him.
Well, one thing Aiden Daly is absolutely super quick. I don't think I've seen anyone as quick as Aiden Daly other than maybe
Mark Dickel.
Oh, Sparky was quick. Sparky was quick. I
So
agree with
quick.
you, Tix.
So quick, you couldn't see him half the time. 16-12, 4-point game. The Hawks getting back into it. And Tate goes the length of the court and misses a good look. And the Hawks a chance to cut the lead to 2, possibly 1.
Oh, great pass by Arthur Trusdale down low to Everard, cutting Everard Bartlett. He went back door. Beautiful play by the Hawks.
Well, the thing I like about that is they've recognised the defensive pressure that the Auckland Stars are putting on the wing players, and the Hawks players going straight back door, and it's open down there. There we see a back door down the other end. Cartwright getting open down on the baseline.
Well, Daryl Cartwright, he's a veteran of this league. He knows what to do with the basketball at either end. Whether he's defending the basketball or whether he's scoring, he knows what to do.
Yeah, that was great. Cartwright went straight to the rack, got the 2 points. Daly in the corner, waiting for a pick, finally gets it. Baines kicks it outside. And look at Bartlett hounded by Boucher. The ball knocked out of bounds by Frank, and the Stars putting all kinds of defensive pressure up high on the Hawks, Chris.
Well, they are, and they've got to continue to look for those backdoor plays. 5 seconds on the shot clock here for the Hawks. Let's see what they come up with.
Bartlett, 4 seconds on the shot clock. He launches it, doesn't go down. Truesdale gets the rebound and has his shot blocked, screaming for a foul. Casey Frank blocked it, and Daly picks off the pass.
That's the quickness of Aiden Daly right there. He covered a lot of ground to get that steal.
And good thinking by Daly. He brings it back outside. They want to set up something. Nothing on offensively, so they'll work off a pattern. Truesdale, little feint. This time he goes up off the glass, and once again, Frank forces him into a bad shot. And the Stars give up possession yet again.
Well, he's a real presence down low, is Casey Frank, forcing the Hawks players to change their shots down there.
Well, already in the ball game, the Stars have 5 turnovers, the Hawks 3. Really, it's the turnovers keeping the Hawks within shouting distance here. 18-14.
The other thing that's really affecting the Stars after that hot start, Bob, is the fact that they are fouling a lot. They are getting called for a lot of fouls, and that's stopping their momentum.
Watch your hand.
Fascinating matchups. Judd Flavel now into the game for the Stars. Winnetana, his first shot of the ball game from the 3-point range. It doesn't find Hayter.
Well, what a pickup for the Auckland Stars. Judd Flavel.
Before the shot. Gun baseline.
He is a very experienced campaigner, Judd Flavel. Just 32 years of age. I checked his age for the game. Just don't mention that on TV.
So we won't talk about it.
No, we won't talk about it. But he's been a good find for Kenny Stone, Bob.
Oh, indeed he has, Chris, and he'd be very happy that you said just 32.
Number of years left in this league to play at the age of 32, believe me.
Well, that's right. Cartwright into the corner, Cassidy into the game for the Stars. Cross-court pass, wild stuff over the top of the zone, and it goes out of bounds.
I saw Kenny Stone open on the bench.
And Coach Kenny Stone has been known to shoot a basketball in his time, so that was a good option by Reese Cassidy. Unfortunately, he didn't have a uniform.
Didn't have the right shoes on at the moment. 18-14, 2:16 left in the first period. Bartlett slips on the floor. They control it. To the top, little fake from the free throw line, doesn't go down. Flavel, quickest to the ball, and over halfway he comes. Nice pass, baseline. Frank goes up with a little left-handed hook, and he gets it. Well, the Hawks have had their chances. They haven't been able to nail it, and once again, a mistake for them. Sees them lose possession at a crucial time.
2014.
Kareem Johnson back in the ballgame for the Hawks.
Well, they had to take Truesdale out pretty quick. He was ineffective this first stint that he's had on court for the Hawks.
I think it was more the case of Casey Frank being very effective on him defensively.
Oh, what a pretty little pass that was from Casey Frank. Behind the back, he knew Lindsay Tate was standing in the corner. Easy 3 for Lindsay Tate.
Well, it's now 23-14. 9-point spread. And Flavel just picks Bartlett's pocket. Pulls up. He's in the zone.
Oh, veteran move by Johnny Flavel. The youngster Bartlett had no idea what happened there.
Well, I'm not sure whether he knew where the ball went.
Kick out.
Well, Bartlett is sure he had $20 in his pocket a minute ago. It's gone.
Good defense from Flavel.
He's counting the change now, Bob.
Well, that time Casey Frank put the handcuffs on Johnson.
He started up his McCulloch chainsaw in there. He went, and he says, no, you're going to go to the line, Kareem.
And here we go. It's a pretty easy call for the referee's call. Here we go. Pile to Winnetana goes inside. Kareem Johnson. You don't see it from that angle, but Casey Frank knew what he did. He hacked him to death.
Well, Johnson on the line, 25-14. He makes the first. Don't forget, Tall Blacks versus the Boomers. 2 games, Wednesday, the 12th of July, Friday, the 14th of July. Tickets from Pettigrew Green Arena or Ticket Direct. That's 0800-4-TICKET. 2 great matches right here, Pettigrew Green Arena.
Isn't that going to be great to see the Australian Boomers up against the Tall Blacks? What a series.
And they're bringing out a squad. Some are calling it the best ever squad they've had. We see Cartwright miss down low, and Kareem Johnson rips down another defensive rebound.
Well, that's a good point, Chris. I agree with you. Bartlett on the drive gets the easy roll, and in it goes. The Boomers, the best ever, so come on out and watch the Tall Blacks warm up for the World Championships later in August. They'll play the Boomers twice here and then go to Australia and play them twice in Oz.
And of course, Bob, you'll be able to see the World Championships, the Tall Blacks, here on TVNZ.
That's great. It's great. Lots of basketball coming up. And right now, a peach of a game here. 4 seconds to play in the first period. It's 25-17 to the Stars. There's a 10-point lead to the Stars at one stage. And the Hawks struggling to get a bit of offensive continuity. They just can't seem to find the right combination. Baines with a couple of free throws.
Well, Callum Baines called into the extended Tall Black squad of 30 players. Good size. A good size, Callum Baines.
Well, he's got them both. And Flavel, long pass ahead. They had 2 points, but Cassidy had them counted before he caught the ball. Goes out of bounds. 1.1 seconds. Throw us some hope, Paulo Winatana. It takes me back to last year when he threw one from halfway and it went in, but not to be this time. So at the end of 10 minutes of play, it's 25 Stars. Hawks on 19. We'll take a break. Don't go away.
Practice more counters in Auckland because they're out there denying the system back screen and things like that. We're in good shape when we apply the rules. That's all we have to do.
Is that a Southland accent, Jeff?
Southland Australia? Or but Sean Dennis, he's pretty confident that as long as they play by the rules that they've set themselves as a team, defensive rules, they'll be fine. It's hard to hear Kenny Stone sometimes and what he's talking about, but he's got to be happy in one vein that they've had it quite a substantial lead twice in this game, but on the other end of the coin, he's got to be unhappy with the turnovers that the Stars have committed.
Well, 7 turnovers. Hawks shooting 38% from the floor versus 61 for the Stars early on.
Well, that's right, 61% from the field for the Stars in the first quarter. That's a telling statistic. The Hawks, 7 of 9 free throws, keeping them in the game. We see Frank down low with a nice little spin move. He's got so many different moves. His bag of tricks, hasn't he, Jeff?
Yep, he can give you all sorts of looks. Casey Frank, he can go inside, he can shoot the jumper, he can rebound, he blocks shots. He really is a great player.
Well, he's a proverbial jack in the box. Paulo Winatana on the break. Cross-court pass, Aiden Daly, little jump shot, he's got it. That's clutch shooting.
Well, I like it when they push the ball. The Hawks are looking good. They seem to have numbers. A couple of times now they've pushed the break. They've had a good 3-on-2 look a couple of times. Aiden Daly hitting a nice jump shot there.
Now that's good play from Flavel. He waits until he's got people where they should be to start the move.
Well, that's a true point guard showing you how to play the point guard position, Bob. Don't get into any offensive set until everyone, and I mean everyone, is in the right spot.
Yep, good veterans call. 29-23. Stars still leading the Hawks. Hawks on their home territory as Winatana is fouled as he goes to the baseline.
Well, the help came early from Flavel. As we see Paulo Winatana put the move on Cassidy, and Flavel comes flying across.
Paulo Winatana has been able to take the Stars guards, whoever's guarding him, to the basket quite easily. Oh, there's a lovely out-of-bounds play. Kareem Johnson gets the easy 2 off the assist from Paulo Winatana.
Yeah, Johnson now into the column. He's got 3 points. Tate goes around Everett Bartlett, and the shot is blocked.
Well, Kareem Johnson, he knows these players well from the Auckland Stars. He played there last year. And again, he comes up with a great defensive play, this time against the reigning league MVP. Lindsay Tate says, hang on, not in Hawke's Bay, not in my house.
G'day, Lindsay. Nice to see you, mate. 4-point lead, 8-12. Counting down first half. Cross-court pass to Flavel from the three-point arc. Doesn't go down. And Frank. Oh, my goodness me.
Well,
And he's
Casey
fouled
Frank,
by Winnetana.
yeah, he got fouled by Paul Winnetana, but Casey Frank has an issue with that rim at the end there. He tried to tear it down. Here we go. Here's the shot from Flavel. And look at Casey Frank come out of nowhere. Has a real beef with that ring.
Well, that just shows you, do not get Casey Frank angry at you. That could be your fate.
You could be torn down.
He's got the first, and it's a 5-point spread. Arthur Trusdell back in the game for the Hawks. Capacity crowd here at Pettigrew Green Arena. Great facility for basketball. Mastrovich back in the game. They beat the press. Field Williams back in the game for the Hawks. Mastrovich, that left-handed shot doesn't go down. Flavel, Tate, 2-on-1. Cassidy blew it. Racehorse basketball up to the other end. Field Williams knocks it down.
He steadies the ship. Does Field Williams.
Cartwright inside, trying to make a little space for himself, but big Kareem Johnson, just the immovable force.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Hawks didn't have Kareem Johnson inside, they'd be getting blown out right now because he has done stellar work inside defensively. Big Kareem Johnson.
And Trusdale's off the mark now. That's his first two. He had his first 3 shots blocked by Casey Frank. So he's into the ball game. Tate behind the back dribble. Cartwright outside.
Tied up. Darryl Cartwright ties the scores.
And he's going to nail that. That's an easy jump shot for someone, the veteran Darryl Cartwright.
Mastrovich working against Cassidy. Takes him low. Spins high. Ball's on the floor, and there's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Daly comes high. Round Cartwright pulls up the free throw line. Kareem Johnson slams the lid on a Cookie Johnson.
Well, he's done a great job defensively, and now he's shown his offensive prowess, Kareem Johnson. And there you go, 34-31.
3-point ball game, 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. Timeout taken by the Stars. And now the Stars, Chris Tupu, have to change the tempo of the game. That's the reason for this timeout.
Well, they do. The Hawks on a bit of a run. I like it when they start breaking. And I think if Auckland's going to put any pressure on them in the front court, they've got to keep attacking the basket, the Hawke's Bay team.
Defensively, we're strong. Now let's get aggressive. We got to get on the board. We're getting killed on the board.
Box Kareem out, man.
He's the only one that's hurting us.
Someone's got to drop down.
We can penetration won't help you. Somebody else has to box him out.
Get him on in there. Defensively, keep attacking. Keep attacking. Let's go.
We've got to roll into there, then you've got to drop back into here. Does that make sense? Okay. There's still too many open shots. Far too many open shots. It can only be one thing, not enough communication on defense. We've got to fill it up on offense. Close out.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Well, basketball fans, you got the best seat in the house. You were looking over Sean Dennis's shoulder there, and he knew that, so he covered up his play immediately on the board. That's what it looked like, but you're right in the heart of the huddle.
Well, the Stars, all they wanted to talk about was keeping Kareem Johnson off the glass. He's done a great job defensively, and now he's starting to hurt them offensively.
Gillespie back in the game, the leading scorer for the Stars side with 10 points.
Now, Williams on 2 fouls does not want to collect his third before halftime. That's for the Hawks. The Hawks putting a little defensive pressure full court-wise. A little body contact there from Johnson, no call, and Cartwright.
And there you go. That's the second jumper that Darryl Cartwright's hit coming off that screen up and around the free throw line. As I said, as a veteran such as Darryl, he can nail that all night long.
threw a heat-seeking missile. It went down 35-31. Johnson, he's got it. You don't often see Johnson shoot a 10-foot jump shot, but he's got it.
Well, he answers the question. Johnson with 17 points an average for the season to go along with just under 8 rebounds.
Well, right now it's the Kareem Johnson show against the Auckland Stars.
A good hustle. Reese Cassidy comes from the weak side, just blows past the block, gets the rebound and puts it in. Williams trying to shake Judd Flavel. Free throw line, knocks it down. Some great shooting here, fantastic shooting.
Field Williams takes a bit of contact and makes his jumper, forces a steal just over halfway. And Josh Nygert gets set to return and give Casey Frank a break. And Dylan Boucher back in the game also.
Yeah, Dylan had a long time on the bench.
Well, you want to know why the Hawks are back in the ballgame. You only have to check the shooting statistics. They shot 38% of the first period. It's up to 54% now. 61% for the Stars, and they're just slowly sliding down to 50, shooting 55. Interesting stats there. Nygert, triple teamed, manages to get the ball out. Fast break was on had he been able to get the pass away. And from the corner, Gillespie.
Brock Gillespie. That was he had big Kareem Johnson come flying out at him. Presence of mind, that's what shooters are all about, aren't they? Presence of mind to be able to nail that.
No hesitation there from Gillespie. Hot hand in the first quarter, continues his hot hand in the second quarter.
Yeah, and he just put a little extra arch on that one, but Aiden Daly weaves his way through like a ball in a pinball machine, bouncing off bodies, and he gets the two.
Well, he's done well, Aiden Daly, to date in this game. He's really done his job well. He's applied his craft very well tonight.
Now somebody's loose. Nygert underneath because Johnson came up, left two defensive players on the offensive guard high, so somebody's open and Nygert gets the two.
Well, they've got to rotate the defenders for the Hawks side. Anytime there's two that go out, got to rotate. Third man rotation, they call it.
And Daly causing havoc in the lane against the Stars, draws a foul. Who's it going to be on?
I think it's Brock Gillespie. Yep, that was the foul. But it's Aiden Daly's quickness. Look at that. He crosses over, gets into the lane, goes down. And in fact, if Brock Gillespie had let him go, Aiden had nowhere to go.
No, you're right, Jeff. He was looking for a feed, a pass off. Winatana passes up the shot from the corner, goes in and says, I'll have two. Thanks.
Sorry, Bob, I saw that coming. He just wound up. It was almost like a reverse softball throw, wasn't it? Just a dunk. Winio, Paul to Winatana's good for.
I like it, Chris. That was a drop ball. Drop it quickly through the hoop. 42-39. Williams all alone, just couldn't put it down. Knocked out of bounds by Baines.
You know, as much as the Hawks are hustling, Bob, they're still 3 down. The Stars just have this little ability to turn up when needed, a basket, and they were able to just keep their nose in front.
Well, you're right, Jeff. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first half. 42-39, 3-point ball game. Interesting matchup here.
He keeps coming down as well. Listen here. When we're ready, I know you're just talking about it. We come up and ready.
Hawks there struggling from beyond the arc, 3-point wise. They'll need to get it going.
You get the hell out of there. To the high split, all right? Hey, if we just take care of these stuff, stop these open shots, we're in great shape. The game's exactly where we want it. Next time down, a run of 2, with a triple entry on field side. Field, make sure you come on the side of the floor. Okay, don't forget our weak side action on triple entry. Big screen down. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you've got to give it to Sean Dennis. He's pretty calm, pretty collected. We're in great shape, he says.
Well,
I suppose they are. Three down, 3 minutes and 15 seconds before.
Well, you can understand his enthusiasm, Bob, because like he's seen his team come back from a number of deficits throughout this game so far. So he's got to be fairly happy.
And Gillespie under pressure again, and Boucher again, the weak side rebound, and Nygut gets his hand to the ball and gets a putback. Well, boxing off for the Hawks, a little bit loose there, and they pay the price.
Well, Gillespie, he's not shy of shooting the ball, is he, Toops?
Well, they're putting, you know, a lot of players pressuring up on their zone sort of match-up defense, so he's been left open.
That's right, they're looking for him offensively. He's had the hot hand. Three-point attempt from Daly doesn't go down. And Boucher with the rebound for the Stars. They could put a little bit more pressure on the Hawks right now with 2 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the first half. 11 seconds and counting down on the shot clock. Tate trying to get around Mastrovic. Boucher misses a shot, and Nygut comes from the top, gets the rebound, but he steps out of bounds. Lucky he didn't get called for a foul. Runaway truck, no whistle.
Yeah, well, the wide body got in amongst it, didn't he?
Come on, let's make the Pettigrew Arena.
Aiden Daly, point guard for the Hawks. That's his role now that Paulie Henare has left. Might be back soon, but until he does, it's Daly's position. Winatana. Good defensive effort coming from Boucher.
Well, he's so quick, isn't he?
Yeah, Dillon's everywhere.
Mastrovic misses the shot, and Winatana just gets Tate in his sights and tracks him to the baseline, knocks him to the floor, collects a foul for his effort, but he prevents Lindsay Tate getting an easy two. Now Winatana's on two, Field Williams on two for the Hawks. We got two players, Gillespie and Nygut, on 2 fouls for the Stars. Tate with a couple of free throws to come. The Stars sitting on a 5-point lead, 6 points.
Well, this is a bit of a critical time for the Hawks. They can't afford to let the Stars get too far out in the lead. They've got a 7-point lead now, 1:44 left on the clock. They have to stay in touch.
Well, that's right. Nothing comes easily offensively, and now the Hawks under pressure now to score a couple. Winatana into the lane, kicked outside. Field Williams, he's their 3-point expert. Hasn't hit one yet. Daly hustling. Aiden Daly saves it going out of bounds. Winatana, 3, no. Weak side rebound to Mastrovic.
Yeah, that wasn't even close by Potter, was it?
No, but they bail themselves out by getting an offensive board. 1 minute to play, virtually, 46-39. Williams, a little hesitant, shoots off the dribble. That puts him into his rhythm.
Yeah, that's more his shot, I believe, from Field Williams. He looks a lot more comfortable just shooting that little jumper just inside the 3-point line rather than the 3 itself. Oh, a lovely play by the Auckland Stars, and Lindsay Tate makes it easy. There's that 7-point lead, Bob. I was talking about the Hawks have got to score here just to stay in touch.
Well, the man who made that 2 points was Josh Nygut, the big center. And Aiden Daly keeps the Hawks in the hunt here, 48-43, 30 seconds counting down in the first half. And Tate will slow it down. They want to get one good look and not leave the Hawks much time to try to get up a last shot in the first half. But Gillespie dribbles it out of bounds. Turnover.
You've got to be kidding.
Crucial time.
That's a crucial turnover, and this is an opportunity now for the Hawks to get within that 5-point margin for the half and feel very good about themselves, Bob.
Okay, clock. Game clock, shot clock are the same, 10 seconds. Williams out front, almost lose it on the dribble. Down to 5 seconds. Daly's got to take the 3 from a long way out, just misses it. And Callum Baines goes for the putback. It wasn't there, so a little messy from both teams. And at the end of 20 minutes of play, the Stars on top by 5, 48-43. Halftime, we'll take a break. Here we go, the start of the second half. Crucial matchup. The winner of this game goes cleanly to the top of the table. Tate misses, and Kareem Johnson pulls down the rebound. Now, another interesting stat. The Stars have out-rebounded the Hawks in the first period, 22-16, as Mastrovich gets a runaway, too. Oh, nice inside pass. Boucher, too many fakes, but finally gets it up and in.
Yeah, he had just one extra fake. I thought he had done too many as well, Bob. But he managed to get both the Hawks defenders off the ground at the same time, so it made it look easy in the end.
Well, and waiting for that 3-second call in the lane, it just didn't come. Williams saves the ball, throws it into Daly. 8 seconds, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson with that jumper. And Winatana makes the steal, throws it into Johnson. Good hustle.
What a play from Paura Winatana, the captain, keeping it in play for his team.
Corner, Winatana takes it in, puts it on the glass. He's got it. Went around big Josh Nygut.
He just knew that he couldn't afford to foul this early in the third quarter. He's sitting on 2 already. Just let Paura Winatana go to the basket.
Inside, Nygut, turnaround jumper over Johnson's head. He misses it, gets his own rebound.
The big fella, Josh Nygut, played in Kosovo. This is his last contract.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten that second shot. Nice pass from Winatana to Johnson. Goes through his hands. Johnson goes in, stuffed over Casey Frank's head.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you one thing. Watch later in the game, because you know Casey Frank's not going to take that sort of nonsense getting dunked on like that. Here we go. Look at Kareem Johnson.
Watch the facial antics after this shot is scored. Johnson,
there we go,
puts it in over Frank's
He goes
head.
in. Casey got a good piece of it. A good piece of it.
That's a man's dunk. That's a man's dunk, that one.
Bottom dollar. Casey Frank's coming back with a huge dunk later on in the game.
Aiden Daly, sheer speed, blinding speed, makes the steal, gets the ball, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Well, I like the Hawks when they're running.
The Hawks are soaring at the moment. 52-51. Frank goes baseline, double team, bails out. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Tate, hard off the glass, rebound goes to Boucher. He's blocked over the back, and a foul against Mastrovich.
The thing you like about Dylan Boucher, right, is when he gets that position down there, you know he's going to fake it. Everyone knows around the stadium he's going to fake it, including the players right around him. Here we go. Lindsay Tate comes up. Dylan comes up with the ball, and yet still he draws the foul. What a smart player.
And that was over the top. Like, Mastrovich did come over the top.
But Chris, he's going to fake it. We all know that. But it's going to be 2 fakes, 3 fakes, or 4 fakes.
Hey, Dylan's patient enough. He'll wait. He'll wait for all those Hawks flying around in the air. And then he'll wait till they've landed. Then he'll go up.
That's right. Well, he's fantastic. The number of times he gets his hands on the ball. We've said it so many times. The Robin Hood of New Zealand basketball. The thief in the night. Misses a free throw, and that's a weakness in his game.
Well, just take a quiet look at the action there on the far side of the court with Kareem Johnson and Casey Frank. Just a couple of words. Casey's telling, I guarantee he's telling, I'm coming back, son, watch out.
I agree with that. I don't think he said son, though, Jeff. I just dispute that one-syllable little word he used. 52-51.
It's a family show, Bob.
It is. It is. Johnson against Nygut. Baseline.
There you go, Casey Frank. He wasn't going to let Kareem Johnson do 2 in a row.
Well, he blocked it cleanly. Gillespie.
Well, he's got a funny release on his shot, Brock Gillespie, but he drops it nonetheless.
I was going to ask you about that, Toots, because there's no rotation on the ball as you'd expect from a shooter. You know, it's a funny sort of a release, and it looks like it sort of just dies in midair but goes in.
Well, Larry Bird says if it goes in, just keep doing that, technique. One of the best shooters in the NBA ever.
Well, the shot looks like a knuckleball to me. There's no spin on it. Johnson gives a little fake. Casey Frank takes it, hook, line, and sinker, and Johnson gets it too.
What a battle this is turning out to be. Kareem Johnson and Casey Frank, both a couple of high flyers. And Casey's pleading his case. Here we go. Let's see. Kareem Johnson. Well, what Gavin Few's saying as the referee is that you were so high that your ankles actually fouled Kareem Johnson on the hands.
And Frank was pleading his case. He thought he was fouled as Johnson came up. He hooked his ankle. Down he went. What a battle. Boucher once again with a nice rebound. Pass ahead to Nygaard. Who would think that Nygaard was leading the fast break? But there he was.
Well, he's just a hard work. He's blue collar. That's what they call those sort of wide bodies down low. Josh Nygaard, he's blue collar working.
Now we call it mashed potatoes. Pretty basic, but it's working. 57-53, back to a 4-point lead. The Stars over the Hawks. Mastrovic screaming for the ball in the lane, doesn't get it. Now he does. Baseline over Casey Frank. Still can't find the range. Casey Frank back to Tate. Can't find it.
Well, someone got a hand in there because Lindsay Tate just doesn't throw the ball out of bounds like that, so can only assume the Hawks got a finger in the pie.
Oh, yes, Tate from a long way out this time. He tries his luck from long range, and Johnson knocks the ball out. The Stars get another chance.
Well, that was Boucher really just continuing to battle down low there. Managed to get a deflection from Kareem Johnson.
Callum Baines into the ball game for the Hawks. Fascinating struggle here. And Gillespie once again. They say, you're hot, man. Put it up. He's not shy. Into the corner. Williams hasn't made a three yet. There it is. Look out.
Well, there's the first three-pointer of the game for the Hawks. Jeff talked about it earlier. They have to get going from the tray line.
Nygaard takes a nice feed. That's a definition of an assist.
From Dylan Boucher, the everything man.
Good passing results in an easy 2-3-point ball game. 59-60. Just under 5 minutes to play in a third period. Now Boucher just checking with his hand against Winatana. Doesn't want him going anywhere. And Johnson once again shot to
Casey Frank got another clean block. And Kareem Johnson is starting to lose that battle with Casey Frank.
Wow, the intensity has just gone up 3 notches. Look out. You're close to the court. Don't step onto it.
We're going to foul on Callum Baines.
Well, Kareem Johnson, he's still going at the referees. He was fouled with that last dunk attempt.
And for those of you interested, Gavin Few, Shane Nicola, and Apai, the referees are at tonight's game.
Well, let's have a look at what Kareem Johnson's going on about. Nice pass by Callum Baines. Here we go, he goes up. Oh, in fact, Casey didn't even block it. He just missed it.
No, he's complaining about Casey.
He put the hand through the hoop. It looked like it was a hand through the hoop there.
Tangled in the net. So Johnson's right, but it's history now, and he missed the dunk he shouldn't have.
Yeah, he just didn't have the right lawyer.
Gillespie not shy again, missing from beyond the arc.
Well, Nygaard, the big body, pulls it down, puts up the shot, coming fouled.
That's what he's there for, Josh Nygaard. He's just a great wide body, and I keep saying that, but that's the basketball term for someone that's about 6'8" tall and 6'8" wide. That's what it's all about. And he just does a good job. Callum Baines just hasn't shown us the intensity and the gameplay that he showed the first TV game when he debuted for the Hawks. But Josh Nygaard doing a good job. And it's like Kenny Stone, like I said too. Kenny Stone said they're not flash imports, but they do their job. He was hesitant to send both of his imports home like everyone else was doing, and he stuck with them because he's got a great supporting cast around them.
Well, that's the key. He's got a great supporting cast of talented Kiwi players. People like Lindsay Tate, you know, the likes of Cartwright, Flavel coming in off the bench and giving good minutes. And then you got Boucher, of course.
Bartlett threw a bad pass, got it right back, and then once again, just because he was in the wrong place, wrong time, Nygaard picks up a foul.
Yeah, it was on Nygaard. Dylan thought it was on him. That's 3 for Josh Nygart. And here we go. Another good defensive play by Boucher. Another one there, but yet there you go. Nygart just grabbed hold of him as he was going in for the shot.
Well, it's 3 on the big fella. 60-56, exactly 4 minutes to play in a third period. Now the Hawks will be inbounding the ball from under the basket. Last time they had this, they got a nice two-pointer, an easy two-pointer off of a planned move. Let's watch it. They set up in the box, pick high, both players come low. Yep, no shot that time. Good defense from the Stars, but Field Williams can't find it.
Well, he had a good look at it, Field Williams.
Boucher cuts in between 2 players, has his shot blocked. Winatana gives it ahead to Bartlett.
Well, Callum Bain's got a piece of that, I believe.
Oh, Winatana, just beautiful body control.
Fantastic athletic ability and hang time there from Paula Winatana, the captain.
Well, Lindsay Tate says it's my turn and gets the 3.
Well, he answers, doesn't he? And that gives them a 5-point lead. The Hawks maybe a lot of energy, expending a lot of energy defensively and offensively, but still nothing to show for it. Down 5 still.
Well, that's right. They're not fading. 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to play in the third period. 5-point deficit. Field Williams has hit 1 3. He's broken the ice, but he has not been able to find a second. A slashing drive down the lane gets him 2.
15 points now for Field Williams.
Well, double team in the corner now. Gives it to Boucher all alone under the basket. That's good heads-up play from the Stars.
Well, a number of times now we've seen excellent team basketball, Jeff, from this Auckland Stars side.
Yeah, and that's what I said at the beginning. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, they really have started to play well as a team. Not just individuals, as a team.
Well, when you see a defensive double team like that, you know it's going to be one of 2 things, payoff or pain. Winatana, the man is unreal.
Well, he just did what Dylan Boucher does to everyone. He hit the ball into the air and got a steal.
Arthur Trusdale backing in against Casey Frank. Little fadeaway jumper. Baines held. No foul. Falls on the floor, and Trusdale is tackled. That's unsportsmanlike, but they're not going to give it that way. It's just a foul.
Against Daryl Cartwright, DC. They say DC did the tackling. Here we go, let's have a look. Trusdale shoots it. Everyone goes for the rebound. It's a hot potato. It's still a hot potato. No one wants it. Oh, yeah, well, accidental ref.
That's a hard one, isn't it, to call a foul amongst all that.
Yeah, that was an accident. Like, he did fall over, like DC did fall over, and it appeared that he did foul, but he was just trying to protect himself from falling over.
Kenny Stone still riding Gavin after that call.
Well,
Cowboys doing a bit of a mop-up.
That's right. There was fast and furious action. We just have a little break while they clean up the floor. It's dangerous if there's any moisture on it, so out come the towels. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the third period. Hawks once again have the inbounds play. A cross block finds Staley with the ball. No shot. So now they run the offense. Inside, Trusdale against Cartwright. Muscles his way in. Gets his... No, it's Mastrovich with the rebound.
See, the problem with the Hawks, Bob, everything they're doing offensively looks hard. Whereas down the other end, the Stars seem to be doing it very easily. And that's the difference between the 2 teams. Here's another steal. Lindsay Tate. Oh, I thought Casey Frank was looking for payback, but Kareem Johnson's on the bench, so maybe Casey will leave the big dunk for later.
Well, yep, that's a crucial steal. That puts them 7 points behind.
Great acceleration there from Lindsay Tate.
But once again, it's that static offense of the Hawks. They look like they're doing it hard offensively. Nothing smooth. Not good crisp passes.
And now they're probing around the perimeter. Mastrovich.
See, it's all one-on-one stuff, isn't it, Bob?
It is
by the
indeed.
Hawks.
Daly into the lane. Not the man you want there.
That was a good shot, but it wasn't out of a good offensive set. That's the problem for the Hawks, and if they keep doing that, they could find themselves even further down.
Well, they just refuse to fade. No matter how high they have to fly, they seem to be able to do it. They keep coming back. 4-point lead. Gillespie
Well, that's the hallmark of good teams, though. Even though the Hawks are struggling, they keep coming back. They keep coming back at you. And as you say, that is the hallmark of very good basketball teams. And Sean Dennis, does that look like a bit of a scratch on the head, bit of worry there?
Well, there's many thoughts tumbling around in that dryer there. He's just he's trying to sort out a winning combination. They're close, but they just can't seem to get over the hump. 67, 63, and how many times can they come back, Chris Tupu?
Well, Gillespie, let's just look at this fella. He continues to be aggressive. Early on, 17 points in the ball game for him, averaging just 11. So he's really come out fired up. I don't know whether that's the talk that he was, possibly going to get sent home and stuff in the media that we saw, but he's definitely come to play here in Taradale today.
Well, just have a look at the back of his shorts. It looks like a plane ticket sticking out the back of his shorts. So maybe he's been given the hard word.
Well, sometimes the threat of a pay cut motivates a player. And
not necessarily a pay cut, but a plane ticket. A plane ticket home. Here's a free one, son.
That's effectively a pay cut. Come on, let's face it. A pretty drastic one.
It certainly is.
69, 63. Time ticking away. 36 seconds. Daly, nice pass. Truesdale is mugged.
Oh, that was good foul, though, by the Stars, because, you don't want to give anything up easily. And Truesdale, he looked like he was going to the rack hard.
He was ready to wind up there, as we see the nice assist, penetration there coming from Aidan Daly, and that would have brought the house down. And, heading into the fourth quarter, it's not what the Stars want. So it was a good foul.
But the thing is, Bob, sometimes teams can give away good fouls. And I believe that was a good foul. People say, well, you can't foul. That can't be good. But that was a good foul, because if Truesdale had a slam that home, that would have given some momentum for the Hawks. So as it is, he has to earn those from the stripe. And he's only made one.
Well, that's
good
right.
Foul.
And you're right, a dunk would have been in your face 2 points. A pump yourself up shot. And Aidan Daly back in the ball game and hustling out front immediately. The Stars go to work now. Cartwright left alone, passes up the shot. They're looking for Tate. No, Gillespie, little fake baseline.
He's got to shoot it.
Throws it away. Winatana against Tate. Oh, powerful inside, and Tate gets the foul. Winatana, I think, lost his grip on the basketball.
Oh, they called it on Lindsay Tate. And there's Shane Nikora going over talking to Kenny Stone about that. Here we go. Paul Winatana goes up. Oh, please don't call that. That was no foul, I've got to say. I don't know, but did he breathe on him too heavily? I don't know, Bob. I've got to say, that looked like there was no contact, whether it was by the hand or whether it was by the body. There was a phantom foul.
Announcers bench will get it back to you.
Well, whatever. Phantom foul. We've got a real free throw. He knocks down the first. 69-65. Well, it's history now. Stars, critical. Put it behind you.
They just got to get on and play the game, The Stars, I'm sure they will.
Here we go. Oh, silly foul. We're talking about good fouls.
Good foul.
We talk about fouls down the other end. 2.4 seconds to go, Bob. They've just got a fast break basketball. Here we go. Casey Frank, presence mind. He got it out to Lindsay Tate. Lindsay Tate. Now, why I say was that a silly foul? Because that could have easily have been called an unsportsmanlike foul. That's why I say it could have been silly. But as it is, it's only an ordinary foul. So let's see if he can punish Lindsay Tate. Does he punish Aidan Daly? No, he doesn't.
Aidan Daly, being the thinking basketball player, knew that if he could get a hand on the basketball, it wasn't an unsportsmanlike foul, and he did.
One shot.
Well, we'll beg to disagree there, Bob.
Well, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, so maybe not a bad foul. 4-point lead as time expires. And a full court heave from Tauta Winatana. Second time in the ball game he's had an opportunity to do that. Doesn't go down. We're going to take a break. It's 70 to the Stars, 66 to the Hawks. Don't go away. Fantastic finish coming up.
the on-balls for a while. We want to start running some kickbacks, just normal transition, hours, there, and also some dribble handoffs might be good. Now, field is line is so wide, we'll come up and look at that back part. It's got to be wide open because the line is so hard. Hey, we're in good shape. Again, it's all about just not having...
Well, it's all happening here. We've got a band on the floor. The Hawke's Bay Brass Band, I believe. Great entertainment here at Pettigrew Green Arena. And now the Hawks coming back onto the floor. Now, here's a little interesting statistic for you, too. If each quarter was a game, the Hawks would be ahead 2-1. They ended up 6 down at the end of the first quarter, and they've outscored the Stars in each of the next 2 quarters by 1 point. 2-1 to the Hawks, Chip.
The Stars on the road, they're hanging tough. And, you know, you wouldn't expect anything else from a team that has only lost just once.
Well, clearly, Troops, these two are the best teams in the league right now, Bob. So you'd expect both of those teams to be very, very tough, whether they're on the road or not.
Well, tasty basketball indeed, and Field Williams lights it up. Here's a danger man. If he gets hot, the Hawks offense could suddenly look a whole lot better.
18 points for Field Williams now.
Hot potato on the floor again, kicking the ball. Stars inbound the ball.
Let's go. Shane, let's go.
Gavin Few makes the call. The Stars a little bit lucky to hang on to possession there. A little out of control as they brought it up. 1 point lead. Daly makes a steal. Down to Winatana. Foot race. Kicks it ahead to Williams. The intensity of defense on both sides is just something to behold. And you're seeing it courtside here, TV2.
10 on the shot clock for the Hawks.
Mastrovic backing in against Cartwright, goes to the glass. He's got it.
Yeah, offensive foul. He dropped the shoulder. No, he did drop the shoulder, Bob. Well, I was wondering whether, as soon as I heard the whistle, I thought to myself, I guarantee that was a... And the crowd do not like it here in the Hawke's Bay, but unfortunately, Adrian, I believe that was an offensive foul. He dropped the shoulder first.
Well, he drops the shoulder, and he raises the ire of about 2,500 fans here in the green.
Winatana with the pressure out front on Tate. Great matchup there.
Frank guarded by Johnson. Puts it off the glass.
Oh,
nice
pretty,
move.
pretty. Casey Frank going against his old teammate. He's still looking for the payback dunk. Got 8 minutes to do it. And
you reckon he's thinking about that,
oh,
Jeff?
absolutely. I know Casey Frank.
It's in his mind. Williams gives it up. Johnson on the baseline against Frank. That's quite an interesting matchup. The pushing, the shoving, the intensity. Williams off the glass. Goes, bounces around and in.
Well, nice slashing move that time from Field Williams. 20 now for him. He
done
leads
well.
All scorers in this ball game.
72-71. Stars clinging to a 1-point lead. They led by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Lost each of the next 2 quarters by 1 point. Tate underneath. Somehow gets it up.
Smart play there from Lindsay Tate.
Daly bumped by Gillespie. That's going to be number 4 on Gillespie. I do believe. We'll just check it here.
Yeah, Brock Gillespie didn't need to do anything. Aiden Daly was on his way, and he just got himself. He didn't need the foul.
Winatana, blood bin rule is in effect. A little bit of blood coming under one of his eyes. He's over getting some attention. Looks like he's back on court.
Well, can you believe this? We've got 2 players on 3 fouls for the Stars, 3 fouls, 1 player, Mastrovic, for the Hawks. And as physical as it has been, nobody in danger of fouling out just yet.
You know, they won't let Paul Winatana continue because there's still blood coming out of that wound. I know he's a warrior.
If you tell me
well, they'll
blood,
patch him up very quickly. They need him on the floor. Such a warrior, so intense he's been. He's saved the bacon for the Hawks so many times already. And a throwaway. Cassidy goes the length of the court. The foul is going to be against Aiden Daly.
And it's unsportsmanlike. He's caught an unsportsmanlike. Give him a few.
No, I don't think it is, Jeff. Or was it?
It looked like he motioned. Here we go.
Let's go.
You see, Aidan Daly made no effort to go for the basketball.
Well, you're talking about no foul last time. You show me the exceptional body contact there.
Well, I didn't say it was a foul. No, I agree. There was no foul there.
Cassidy drops the first
And
one.
oh, but that's a nasty look. And Coach Sean Dennis
Looks
blocks
like
it
a
off.
boxing one. Looks like a boxing cut, that one.
Yep, that's deep.
A technical TKO, is it?
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty deep.
Well, suddenly, once again, the Stars rip into a 5-point lead here. It was a one-pointer just moments ago. Blink a couple of times, get a pop in the eye, run off the court, and suddenly it's 5 points. Field Williams looking, trying to find a way in. Has the ball almost stolen. Daly, bad pass this time. Cassidy won't trip, and he gets the 2.
Timeout. Sean Dennis not happy with the way things are going in this fourth and final quarter.
Well, he needs a timeout. 7:29 to play. 7-point lead, 78-71.
5 minutes drop. What?
A world-famous guide for homeowners.
Too much kickback. Right, you have to bring it, kick it on, get the strength between the big guys in power. We need to concentrate now and get this
Well,
going.
that's the voice of Coach Sean Dennis of the Hawks. And you see Pauta Winatana getting running repairs there.
They want high or power, but kick it on in power. Kick it on in power. Right, come on. So we go power here in that corner and kick it on. Screen between the two bigs. You go.
Well, obviously for health reasons, a player cannot continue if they're bleeding. So Winatana just getting a few repairs there. He's such a critical cog in the machine for the Hawks.
Well, he's been a real spark plug, Holder Winatana. I think they've looked very good when they've ran at the Stars side, the Hawke's Bay team.
And without him, they've looked very shaky, Chris, but he'll be back in just a couple of minutes, I would say. Field Williams under pressure now as Tate comes out to mark him. Callum Baines guarded by Cartwright. And once again, Jeff, the Hawks look unsettled. They don't know where to go offensively, but there you go. Baines.
That's one way to go. Yeah, straight at the rack. Callum Baines tearing it down. Good backdoor play. Here we see Field Williams, sorry.
Great
the top
pass by
there.
Field Williams.
Money. That's what we want to see from the big fella.
He knew what to do with the big fella.
So destructive, though.
Yeah, they really have an issue with this ring down this end, don't they?
Certainly
These
do.
teams.
It's a talker, that ring.
Yeah,
A real
they're trying to
talker.
rip it down.
Well, the Hawks get the rebound off the missed free throw. That's another chance for them. They're within 5, 78-73. Can they come back yet again? Mastrovich from the three-point land.
Nice little look at the defense there. Checked them and then pulled the trigger. Nice work, AJ.
Well, the bad news for the Hawks right now is that they've got Casey Frank, Gillespie and Dylan Boucher all on the bench for the Stars. So that's the bad news for the Hawks. The good news is they're only 2 down.
Well, now, time running out here. 5 seconds. Tate makes a move, goes to his left, passes it out. Flavel misses it. Hawks put the defensive stopper on the Stars, and it's 78-76. 2 points, and the Hawks have the ball.
Well, there's another one of these surges that the Hawks have done all night long.
Mastrovich goes in. He's looking for the foul, and he gets it. Cassidy with the block. Oh, the crowd love it. Block. Such atmosphere. Watch.
Here we
You
go.
call it.
Cross-court pass. Mastrovich, he knows what he was wanting to do. He went straight to the basket. Reese Cassidy is left in no man's land. And as I said before, the Stars have taken Cassidy out and brought in Dylan Boucher. 6 minutes on the clock. 2 down. Masheritz at the line.
Well, Jeff, on that replay, you can hear whistles blowing all over the Hawks.
Well, look at that crowd there. That crowd is absolutely pumped.
Well,
here's the tying shot.
They've turned out in force today in Taradale, and the Hawks tie the ball game.
I still think it's going to get down to execution offensively. And I don't believe right now the Hawks are executing as well as they should be.
Flavel overcooks it. And 78 all. It's locked up, and Daly weaves his way inside as the ball raked out of his hands, but a foul is going to be called.
Well, he's getting more and more of these calls, and he does force the issue.
Bob, I leave it to you. I'm not saying anything.
Watch it again. Nygaard just got his hand in there, grabbed his wrist, gave it a little tug.
Okay, I'll leave it to you.
Yep, good call. Good call. Once again, there were whistles going off all over the
Who
place.
wants to be a referee in a crunch game like this? 78 all, 5:42 on the clock. Here we go. Let's have another look.
Watch Nygaard's
Another
left
angle.
hand.
Oh, yes, yep, good call, Bob. Good call by the referee. Up high, up high. As I say, who wants to be a
how good that
referee?
makes me feel, Jeff. Thank you, mate.
Yep. So Josh Nygaard.
It's only half the job. That was a foul that stopped Daly for an instant. But he's on the line. And now he's got to counter with a couple of free throws. Now, being a 90% shooter yourself, Chris Tupu, what kind of pressure is he looking at?
Well, as much as you want to put yourself under, really. I always looked up at the score, added 2 points, and visualized, 80 points on the score clock. If it was 78 and just went to the line and mechanically go through your routine. I think free throw shooting is a lot about technique, and it's also a lot about breathing.
Well, there you go. Now we'll see if Aiden Daly was listening to that, and does he model it? He spins, as he always does.
He's got his routine down, so good clutch free throw shooting from Aiden Daly.
Oh, they called an unsportsmanlike?
No, this is unusual.
You got it.
No, it was a technical foul after the foul. So
someone got a technical foul.
Oh, this is expensive. If he makes this one, it's 3-point lead plus possession at halfway. He's in the zone. Chris Tupu, this could be 4 in a row. Is this expensive?
It definitely is for the Stars. They'll get possession and a chance for another shot at the basket. And this crowd's coming alive here at the Pettigrew Green Arena in Taradale. They're loving it.
Well, Aiden Daly made a big deposit ×4.
Well, just confirmed with the referee up high. Kenny Stone got technical fouled in that series of melee, hence why they shot the 2 free throws for the technical.
A verbal joust, a melee, as you say. It's wild. 78-82. Stars bound by 4. Haven't been able to say that tonight. Daly down the lane, loses the ball, goes out of bounds, off bounce. No, it's off the Stars, off Pauta Winatana.
Listen to that Hawks crowd.
More talking. Watch it, Pauta. You'll get a foul. A tech, but nope. He backs off.
Well, 4-point lead. Thanks to that 2 of those of the technical, the Stars now find themselves down.
Casey Frank double dribbles. He picked up the ball, put it down again. Ball's on the floor. Mastrovic.
Was that a block by Arthur Trusdale? He certainly worried Josh Nygaard out of the shot.
The push-off by Daly into the corner. Winatana. Every possession disputed. Tough, tight, tense. Trusdale. Daly. Into the lane, off the glass, the little man. Tate is tattooed.
all I know is that Aiden Daly is saying, Paul, who? I'm the point guard of this team. I'm going to take you to the promised land. He's done a great job, Aiden Daly.
And 3 Hawks players He said, what do you want? What sort of form? We'll tattoo you right now, mate.
15 points for Aidan Daly.
It's the new hair colour for young Aidan.
Casey Frank gives it out to Nygut. Misses the shot. Who's cracking?
That wasn't even close by just Nygut.
Well, the Stars are dimming a little bit here. As the night closes in on them. The Hawks with possession, and LeBlanc comes against Nygut. He is ropeable. Watch out, Josh.
Oh, he'll get another technical.
Don't do it.
Well, he's not happy.
Oh, he's beside himself.
Let's go.
But you can be emotional, but you can't be stupid. And like, let's look at the replay here, where it's just Nygut. Fields down the lane. Well, let me be Josh Nygut's lawyer very quickly. I think you got a case there, son. Give me a call after the game. We'll have a talk. I don't believe that was a foul.
With or without intent. That's the argument before the court.
Let's go, guys. Here we go.
Mastrovich to the line. 15 points for the game.
Let's have another look at another angle here. Fields goes down the lane. He gets to the Mastrovich. From that angle, you've got to agree with the referee. There was a foul, so no, Josh, I won't represent you after the game. There's not a lawyer in the house.
Left your client high and dry. Mastrovich shoves it into an 86-78 lead, the biggest lead for the Hawks of the night. And now a timeout is being taken by the Stars, I believe. Kenny Stone, got to settle his players down.
Well, you know, Bob, one of the things that happened in all of that was those free throws by Aidan Daly. First the two, and then the two for the technical. That's what swung the game. It's not as if the Hawks have said, we've taken control and won it. It's been by the mental errors by the Auckland Stars have lost them that lead. And it was a commanding lead. Sure, it was only 3 to 5 points at times, but they were playing very good basketball. The Hawks are still not playing great basketball, but they've taken their luck, and the luck is with them. And when you've got luck on your side, you've got to ride it, and they've ridden it to an 8-point lead.
Yep, and Chris Tupu.
Well, I don't think it's over yet by any stretch of the imagination. This Stars side, they are the reigning champs, and you know, they can score in bunches. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. That's a heap of time for this experienced Stars side.
Well, they're experienced, but just a couple of minutes ago, we saw them emotional, out of control mentally. Yep. Can they regain composure? Can they do that, Chris, in a 60-minute timeout, 60-second timeout?
I think the players that they've got on the court are going to be able to do that. Tate, Voucher, Casey Frank, he's got Cartwright in there.
Well, here we go, basketball fans. A great finish coming up here. Even though it's an 8-point lead to the Hawks right now, it's cut to 5.
Lindsay Tate with the easy 3. He looked around, looked at his teammates, and said, no, I can jack that, and I can make it.
Back to just 5 points now, the lead for the Hawks.
Well, Lindsay Tate comes out with a clean mental slate, slots a 3. Johnson inside. Little fake.
Now, that's the smooth offense I've been talking about from the Hawks that's needed. That was an easy basket. There wasn't a lot of complication with it. Oh, Casey Frank with the 3 ball. Down a 4-point ball.
Back-to-back trays for this Auckland Stars side. Hanging tough on the road against the Hawks.
The Stars scoring in 3s. The Hawks countering in 2s. So the 8-point lead now cut to 4. 88-84 inside. Johnson turns around. He's claiming he was fouled. No whistle. Gillespie brings it over halfway. He's in trouble. Stolen by Williamson. Magic man.
From the captain.
He's the warrior that we said he was.
Unbelievable. Magic from Winnetana once again gets some possession. Under 3 minutes to play. 4-point lead, Hawks. Mastrovich against Voucher. Has to give it up. Daly from 3-point.
He's got it. Oh, he's a game winner. He's talking to Lindsay Tate.
possession. 2 minutes, 33 seconds.
Daly now with 18 in the game, but that three was a big one for his Hawks side. Maybe it's going to be enough.
He was really talking to Lindsay Tate after that three. Well, Daly, the confidence is flowing.
We'll wait and see, but that three, with interest, could have been worth about an 8-point play. Winnetana loses the ball on
there was an offensive foul. He pushed on. I thought Gillespie pushed on. So justice has been served as far as the Hawks are concerned.
Well, we've got a new program here. It's called Reffing with the Stars. And I wouldn't like to be one of the three men down there. This is so tense, so tight. 91-84. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Mastrovich on the line for the Hawks. Couple of free throws coming. Kenny Stone trying to exhort his troops to one last effort.
Well,
they've led all the way, and it's given it up here in the fourth period.
Well, the problem is for the Stars is that you can't make comeback if you can't make layups down the other end. And Brock Gillespie just missed the layup. That was unforgivable. And of course, down the other end, Mastrovich, he leaned that first one in. The second one was easy.
Well, you shoot threes for show and you make the layups for dough, and he didn't. 84-93. Hang on to your hats. Casey Frank looking for somebody to put up the three. Finally, Tate, little fake. He misses. Mastrovich, big rebound. Curtains for the Stars, 151.
Well, it's curtains if the Hawks come down here and score, Bob.
Field Williams doesn't want to put it on the floor. Mastrovich against Boucher. Time ticking away, 6 seconds. Field Williams finally gets up a shot, nets it. That's it. Ice.
That's it. Like I said, if they make it was going to be very, very difficult for the Stars to come back from an 11-point deficit with 1:33 on the clock.
Who would believe it? Hawks 95 over the Stars 84. Timeout taken by Kenny Stone of the Stars. Believe me,
Aiden's got in his hair. That's probably the secret.
11 points to lead. I'm just going to remind Jeff Green that I said probably a 13-point win to the Hawks. It's cut to 9, but we're heading for that 13-point lead here, Jeff.
Yeah, well, this crowd has certainly been worth 10 points, no doubt about it.
Well, Field Williams throws it away. Stars up quickly. Gillespie leaves it short. Mastrovich pulls it out of the sky. Williams triple team. Can they get it over halfway? They do. Johnson puts it in his pocket. Hangs onto it. Williams back to Johnson. They're just playing with it now. Time is ticking away, and finally the foul committed on Kareem, who seems pretty calm, pretty collected. And Sean Dennis.
Well, there you go. There's a technical foul. The Auckland Stars are losing it. There's another technical foul on Daryl Cartwright. He's lost it. He's lost the plot. The Stars have lost the plot. And the #1 team in the country is no longer the Stars.
Yeah, the sky is clouded up for the Stars, no longer able to navigate. And 95-86 looks unbeatable, insurmountable at this stage. 55 seconds to play. Referee's discussion about the last call.
Hair colouring, that spells danger. That's the fiery red that Aiden's got in his game tonight. As Kareem Johnson converts the technical.
And 97-86, this could be a 13-point lead if Daly makes 6 free throws in a row. He's made the first 4. Here comes the next 2. He's got the first. Goes through the same routine to shoot the second.
Well, you can only say that there was 2 technical fouls there. Yeah. Yep. 2 technicals. 3 technicals. Well, The Stars can only blame themselves for that.
That's just ridiculous, Bob. With all the chaos, we couldn't keep up with that, but obviously 3 technical fouls. The Stars have just literally wrapped it up and thrown it out the window. And Aiden Daly has made now 8 free throws in a row. It's a 101-86. It's bordering on a blowout, and yet no one watching this game here would ever think that this has been a game of 101-86 spread.
Well, it certainly was a man of the match performance by Aiden Daly tonight. He's done a great job for his team. And no doubt he'll ask the question, Paulie who?
5 seconds.
Well, good defensive pressure gives the Stars the ball, but it took them 15 seconds to get it. It's over. It's curtains. The Stars just playing for a couple of prideful shots here. 101-86. Hawks are soaring, and the Stars are scratching their heads. Where did it go, and how did it disappear?
Well, technical fouls for a start, Bob. You just can't do it at this level. Not that many technical fouls.
Gillespie throws air, and Boucher makes the steal and kicks it out. The shot made by Tate.
The Trojans, though, the Stars are still going. The Trojans. It's their title. They're not going to let it go.
And a good call before the foul. Field Williams stepped out of bounds before the foul, so it goes over to Boucher. And Boucher came over to foul Williams, as we knew he would.
But he stepped out of bounds.
Wheels hit. Yep, he had stepped out of bounds. Good call. And he throws it straight back to the Hawks. A very generous Robin Hood tonight. Daly, double team. Johnson, he's double teamed. Dribble underneath. Winatana, they're just throwing it around. Chew up the time, swallow the seconds.
Well, they're dancing in the aisles here of the Hawks fans. They're loving it. They've got the old nemesis, the Auckland Stars.
Daly knocked to the floor. There's no whistle. The ball taken and thrown into the stands. And the Hawks come from somewhere. They swoop down out of the sky in the 4th period and snatch their prey.